Friday, June 26th, I want to say. I've been on vacation all week. Well, kind of vacation. It was a working vacation. My husband can work 2 weeks out of the summer from home or from a vacation spot or something. And so we had a, what is it called? Like a timeshare. That's what it's called. That we kind of needed to use up. And so we found this place in Nevada called David Wally's Hot Springs. It's a Holiday Inn timeshare resort kind of thing. It was a great place to stay and work. We actually got our room upgraded because we had a few issues with some other rooms that we were in. We switched rooms twice. All valid reasons why we had to switch rooms, which I think it was just bad luck. But when we got an upgrade, the room was so much nicer. It was a lot more spacious. We went from a studio to a 1-bedroom, which had a full kitchen, jetted tub, everything. It was so amazing. Anyways, while I was there, I did a little bit of research. My friend sent me over a pattern for a beach sarong, like skirt wrap thing. I don't even know what these things are technically called. So definitely not the expert on this topic, but it kind of took me down a rabbit hole, and I had so much fun looking at different summer items that I could make, knitting, crocheting. So I have a couple knitting patterns for you, or mostly knitting with a couple crochet patterns sprinkled in, but I have all my notes here. Let me pull this up even bigger so I can read it more easily. I have chosen 7 different patterns that are summer beach related that you guys all might like to knit. I have only knitted one of these patterns, and it was not even technically a summer like swimsuit cover-up. It was something that I modified into a swimsuit cover-up, which is where we're going to start today. So we're going to dive in, and you guys, it's a boat day. It is so overcast and cloudy right now, but about 11 o'clock where we're going, it's going to be nice and sunny. So, and like not too hot today either, which is nice, but it's a boat day. So for Father's Day, that's what my kiddos wanted to do. And I know we're a little bit past Father's Day, but it was also our anniversary. My husband and I just celebrated 29 years together on the 21st. And yeah, so everybody was busy on that day anyways. So we just pushed out Father's Day to today. So it's a Father's Day kind of day. We're going to have sandwiches and just be out on the boat all day. Maybe do some shooting. I don't know. But it's boat day. So I thought it was the perfect day to film this podcast before we head out. All the information for all the patterns that I'm talking about will be in the description box below. Okay, the first pattern. I'm going to pop up pictures as well. So I'll leave room here to pop up pictures. So the first pattern is the Phantom Fuzz by Park and Knit. It is a knitting pattern. Currently, I'm going to give you the prices at the time of filming. So they could be different by the time you get there. There is a free pattern in here as well, but most of these are paid for patterns. So on the Park and Knit website, it is $9 for this pattern. This pattern is actually not a bathing suit cover-up, but I saw this pattern in a local yarn store, and I just had this idea like, if I omitted the sleeves on this and made it a little bit longer, it could be a swimsuit cover-up because it's a very airy garment. So it is a knitting pattern. It says it's originally a light summer long sleeve top, but I altered it. So the needle size is a US 10 and a half. or a 6.5 millimeter needle, and you use lace weight yarn. She does give a suggested yarn in her pattern. I forget what it is, but I think I used the ITO silk, ITO, I don't know. And I used it like in a beigey camel color. So yeah, so all I did on that is I omitted the sleeves and then I knit it longer. I cannot remember if the pattern calls for a split hem. It is worked bottom up, if I remember correctly. And I did a split hem, but I don't know if the pattern calls for a split hem. But I did the split hem because I knew that it was going to be sitting more on my thighs than at my waist. So I just wanted it to be a little bit less fitted, a little bit more loose at my thighs. So that's why I did it. But you guys, I like it. I get compliments on it all the time. It is a V-neck, and yeah, just omit the sleeves and knit it longer. That's it. It was great. And it was a quick knit too. It was super quick because it's big needles, little yarn. It's a very airy and open. It's perfect for a wet bathing suit because it dries quick. The silk dries really quick. I don't know. I loved it. So that's the only one of these that I have made, but I do plan on making another one of these, and I'll share that with you guys when we get there, which is actually next. Okay, number 2 is the Ripple Swim Skirt. This is by Janine Maiska. I may be butchering these names, you guys. My apologies. So it's Janine Maiska of Knits and Knots. It is currently $7 on her website, or it is also in her book called Summer Crochet. This is a crochet pattern, and this is a small skirt, like sarong style. You kind of wrap it around to go around your bum, which I absolutely love. I love this idea. I really, really want to make this pattern. I'm still trying to decide if I want to buy her book. So she has a book called Summer Crochet 19 Delicate Knits or something like that. I don't know. She says that it is a beginner friendly pattern. Oh, the book is around $20. So I think on her website, maybe it was $22, and on Amazon, I think it was like 20 something. Her website is a signed copy, which I think is really fun. And Amazon is probably not a signed copy, but you would probably get it a lot faster, and then you wouldn't have to pay for shipping. So either way, I think is great. So if I buy it, I'll probably buy it on Amazon. Okay, crochet pattern. It is beginner friendly. You use a hook, 3.5 millimeter hook, which is a US E or 4. I don't know how all the sizing for the hooks work. So I don't know what E and 4 really mean. Sorry. Okay, so she uses the yarn that she used in the pattern is a sport weight Sheep G's stone washed. It's a 78% cotton, 22% acrylic. And you need 4 to 9 skeins depending on what size you make. But she does also give a lot of alternative yarn choices as well on her website. And one that caught my eye is the Hobby Acacia. So it's I don't know if it's Hobby or Hobby, Hobbii. And it's a 51-49 acrylic cotton blend. They also have a printed version, so it's not just a solid one, and I really loved the one. It's called Into the Woods. If you want a non-acrylic version, the Hobbii Happy Place Solid Colors are gorgeous, and that is a 50-50 cotton superwash merino blend. I feel like the light in here is changing. The sun is kind of peeking through the clouds right now, so it got a little bit warmer, brighter in here, I think. So hopefully that's good. Anyways, I am going to make this. I don't know what yarn I'm going to make it out of. I do have a couple skeins of cotton weight yarn or cotton yarn that I think I could possibly make. I just need to make sure that I have enough of it. And if not, I think I'm gonna get that Hobbii Into the Woods printed yarn. I'm really excited about this. This is the pattern that my friend sent me over, and I just love it. I love it so much. Okay. The next one here is the Pebble Beach Knit Dress. You guys, this is so pretty. It is by White Owl Crochet Co. So, but it is a knit pattern. It is $9 Canadian dollars, or it's around $7 US dollars. So it's knit in 4 panels, which seems a little bit daunting, but I think it'd be all right though. So 4 panels, and then they're seamed at the sides, front, back, and at the shoulders. She uses the mattress stitch and the Kitchener stitch. I think the Kitchener up at the shoulders and mattress stitch everywhere else. It is described as an intermediate pattern, which does make sense. And you use a US 7, which is 4.5 millimeter needle. The yarn she picked was a fingering weight Knit Picks Comfy Fingering, which is a 75% Pima cotton and 25% acrylic. You guys, this one is beautiful. I think that this is something that I would enjoy knitting, but maybe for next year. This one's going to take you a little bit longer. It's not going to be a this summer project if you start it now, unless you're a super fast knitter, which I think is amazing. The Ripple Swim little skirt, I'm going to try to make that for this summer. It's crochet, so I'm hoping it'll go a little bit faster. And you're basically crocheting a rectangle with a strap. That's basically what that other one is. So, but this one is gorgeous, so I just had to slip it in there. Another cover up is the Callie cover up by Megan Makes Do. This is a free pattern on her blog. So it's like it's in the form of a blog post, but if you would prefer, she also has a PDF version that you can purchase, which is $5. She also, so it's a knit pattern, she also does have a free YouTube tutorial for this pattern as well, which I think is really amazing. So it's made in 2 panels and seamed together. And the pattern uses lace stitches and intentional dropped stitches, which sounds fun, but also a little scary to me. You use a 4 millimeter US 6 needle, and she says a size G crochet hook. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if that's for like, I don't know. Maybe that's to seam it together. I don't know. I don't know where she uses that crochet hook. I have not looked that in depth into the pattern, but she used Lion brand Oh Baby yarn, and that is no longer available. And I failed, you guys, because I did not put any alternatives in. So I would use a, gosh, I don't even know if it's fingering or, I really dropped the ball on this one, you guys. So sorry. I don't even know if it's fingering or what. Hold on, I'm gonna find out. Okay, so the Oh Baby yarn is, it's like a sport weight yarn. So it is 180 yards for 50 grams. So yeah, sport weight yarn. That sounds about right. It is, and it's 100% organic cotton. So when I looked it up, the Hobie baby cotton came up. It's an Egyptian cotton, 100% organic. Let's see if it's sport weight here. Yeah, it's actually pretty. So it's 185 yards for 50 grams. So I feel like that's a pretty comparable yarn. So at first glance, without doing a lot of research into it, maybe the baby cotton organic would be a good alternative choice for you. And yeah, they have lots of colors too. Lots and lots of colors, like over 30 colors, which is amazing. So beautiful colors. All right, there you go. Easy peasy. Okay, so like I said, that's a free one or paid for pattern, your choice. Okay, the next one. Okay, this is the Sahara Beach Wrap Skirt. This one, so at the time of filming, it's $4.41 on sale, regularly priced $5.89. This one came in 3 different lengths, which I think is very intriguing. It's a crochet pattern. They say it's beginner friendly. It is crocheted in a rectangle with a tie on each end. So kind of like our the ripple swim skirt. And then it says that it's a one size adjustable fit, fits most, but does come with instructions for fit adjustment for smaller or fuller wraps. So this maker has good reviews, and I don't know if it's good reviews just overall or on this pattern, but it also seems very like a very commercialized pattern. So I feel like I've been running into some AI patterns, and I'm not saying that that's what this is, because I wouldn't have brought it to you if I really thought that. But it's hard to tell. So this is the first time that I've heard of this maker, but I love this pattern so much that I would probably take the chance on it. But just telling you guys to proceed with caution. I don't know if you guys have noticed like some of the AI stuff going on, but like there's this account that constantly comes up on my feed that has like these cute little amigurumi patterns, and like, so you basically, you can take a screenshot of the pattern, right? But then as you start looking at it, it's definitely AI generated. The instructions for the pattern do not match the pieces that they're showing, she, he, I don't know, they, whatever, that is shown on the actual pattern. So like it'll give you instructions to do the head, but the head doesn't match the instructions in how it's crocheted up. It could be that the stitches are going the wrong way, or the color changes are not accurate. One will say like the instructions may be like to leave it open, but then the picture isn't open. It's just kind of weird. And so when something looks as commercial as this, I just say proceed with caution. Anyways, but it's a beautiful item. So I would probably take a chance for $4, me personally. So, and like in doing my research, I found a couple and the reviews were terrible. I loved the item so much and I wanted to bring it to you guys, but the reviews were like 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. And I'm like, okay, something's off with this pattern. I cannot bring that to you guys because I don't want to make you guys frustrated. That would be frustrating to me if it wasn't correct and somebody was telling me about it. Anyways, proceed with caution, but it does seem like a really, really cute, fun pattern. Okay, the next 2 are from the same maker. It is Paula Strict, which I feel like is a pretty common name out there. The first one is the Etta bag. It is currently $4.49, and these are both knitting patterns. So this is like it's a simple lace pattern using thick needles for the body of the bag and then smaller needles to hold the shape for the edging. So think of it as like a farmer's market bag or a beach bag. What I love about this is that it's nice and lacy. So if you're taking it to the beach, the sand is just gonna fall through. It's not gonna sit at the bottom of the bag, which I think is perfect for the beach. So she said that it's basic and intermediate. I think it's more intermediate because there is a provisional cast on with this. But you guys, there's so many YouTube tutorials out there. Don't be scared by a provisional cast on. There's lots of ways to do it. You're good. You're good. You can do this. So it is, you use 7mm needles, which is I think this is a pattern where I felt like there isn't a 7mm needle. So I would go down to a 10.5 or up to an 11, just depending on your gauge. She is also asking for a 7 to 8mm crochet hook for the provisional cast on. So she's using a crochet hook for the provisional cast on, which I think is the same method used in the ranunculus. And she's suggesting a DK or sport weight yarn for this bag, and she used Cascade Ultra Pima Fine yarn, but I would definitely argue that it probably doesn't matter too much what the thickness, the weight of your yarn is, as long as you're liking the gauge, because it's a bag, so it doesn't need to fit a certain way. If you want your bag bigger, use bigger needles and bigger yarn. You could even hold like a fingering cotton together. You could probably even use like Knit Picks Dishy and then maybe go up a size in your needle, or I don't know, it's lace. So I feel like this is a very like friendly stash busting project, because since it's not a garment, it doesn't fully matter. But I love the idea of having the stability on the top of the bag, using the smaller needles to hold the shape. I really like that. I think that there was also an alternative ribbed edge included in the pattern too. I don't know what that looks like, but I think that would be fun as well. I wonder if it would just give it a little bit more stretch at the front, at the top of the bag. I don't know. Okay, the last one before I head out on our boat day is the Holly Bandana, and it is $4, again by Paula Strick, like I mentioned, knitting pattern. And this pattern comes with 2 different variations. So this is another pattern that I definitely see myself wanting to purchase and make up. So I think it would be super fun. So she gives a small version of this pattern for your head to do like a little headscarf, or she does a longer one to do a little neckerchief. It is knitted in a lace pattern from the top to center to the tip. So if you're picturing the triangle, the tip of the triangle is here. It sounds like she's maybe doing like a little garter tab or something here. I don't know, I haven't read the pattern, but she's starting here at the top, probably working out like this. I don't know, I'm not sure, but goes to the tip. So it does also have like an I-cord edge for a neat finish, she said, which I think is really great too. I think the I-cord edging makes things look very finished and also gives things a little bit more stability. You need a 3mm or 2.5 needle. If you don't have a 2.5, which I've gotten 2.5 on Amazon, so they are definitely available out there. But maybe swatch with a 2 or a 3 and see what you like better. Again, it's not a fitted garment, and it's a small item, so your gauge is going to matter a little bit less. Still going to matter in this because you don't want to make something that's way too small for your head. But you could, I mean, maybe you could keep going. I don't know. I haven't read the pattern. Okay, so she knitted in pure silk in Knitting for Olive, which is a light fingering. It's 250 meters for 50 grams. I love Knitting for Olive. It's such a beautiful, amazing yarn to work with. I've held it single, I've held it double, and some of my favorite garments are actually made with Knitting for Olive yarn. And I do, I think you probably only need the 50 grams, honestly, for this. So I have like a super fun red Knitting for Olive. I think it's called Poppy or something like that. I think that would be really pretty, like a pop of red or something like that. Or I know they have a beautiful like bottle green color. That would be gorgeous. That would be really pretty. Anyways, you guys, okay, so my hope in doing this video for you guys was that you found some inspiration for some summer knits. And I do think that some of these you could definitely do this summer, like the bag, the bandana, the beach wraps, like the Sahara beach wrap, the ripple swim skirt, even the Phantom Fuzz. I think that you guys could definitely do that for this summer and use it at the end of the summer. The other ones, maybe look ahead for next summer, or if you're a fast knitter, give it a try. Maybe get it started this summer and then finish it next, or finish it this winter so that you have it for next summer. I don't know. Find the inspiration where you guys find the inspiration. I think it's great. You guys want to see my fun boat beach bag? So I'm taking this on the boat with me. It is a waterproof like bathing suit bag. I'm really hoping to find some via my wholesaler so that I can bring a waterproof beach bag, boat bag, pool bag to you guys. Because why not? Why not knit on the boat? I'm definitely knitting on the boat. I have. I always bring an easy project. Just a little peek into next week's vlog where I share all my projects with you guys. All right, you guys, it's time to go on the boat. See you later.